When you read the Bible, you'll find that God's process of caring for and saving His people is complicated and messy. The story of God freeing Israel from slavery under Pharaoh in Egypt is a great example. But before we talk about how God worked, we need to first talk about why God did this. In the first verses of Exodus chapter 7, God is quite clear His purpose is to show both Israel and the Egyptians that He is Lord. To be Lord is to be in charge. When you're in charge, you have power, authority, and control over people. In essence, you get to boss people around. In the land of Egypt, that was the role Pharaoh held. Egyptians believed he was God. Because the Israelites were slaves, Pharaoh was in charge of every aspect of their lives. He acted as their Lord. But the God of Israel, the same God you have, put a stop to this charade. Now that we know why God freed Israel, let's turn to the question of how God did it. Remember, God's process of caring for and saving His people is complicated and messy. Enter God's messenger, Moses, and his sidekick, Aaron. Moses and Aaron were chosen by the Lord to prove that Pharaoh wasn't Israel's Lord. The Lord said to Moses, "See, I have made you like God to Pharaoh, but I will harden Pharaoh's heart through multiple signs and wonders. Pharaoh will not listen to you." The signs and wonders consisted of everything from God turning the rivers into blood to filling the land with frogs and bugs, and finally, killing every firstborn person and animal throughout the land. Seems a bit harsh, doesn't it? It certainly was messy. But that's only part of the story. In each plague, God established a pattern. He told Moses two things. First, to warn Pharaoh. Second, that God would harden Pharaoh's heart so that after each plague, Pharaoh would not let Israel go. Did you hear what just happened? God inflicted Egypt with plagues, while at the same time hardening Pharaoh's heart. God wouldn't let Pharaoh be convinced that Pharaoh wasn't in charge. Deep down inside, most of us can relate to Pharaoh. We all have a deep desire to be in charge. In fact, much of the time, we believe we're in control of our lives as well as the lives of others. With that in mind, why does this story matter to us? It's simple. God goes to great lengths to make sure that you, as well as everyone else He claims as His own, will not be under the power, the lordship, or be the slave of anyone or anything else. God sets you free from all the false gods that hold you captive.